everybody, I'm Lisa Young Sutton, and today we're looking at the Lenormand Book card. When you see this card, consider words and phrases such as unknowns, secrets, mysteries, hidden facts, things that have been left unsaid, information is missing, you need to find something out to gain knowledge, to research or educate yourself. Now let's look at the original instructions before we go any further, because I think that's at the heart of a lot of confusion for the new people. Right here, Petit Lenormand original translation. The book indicates that you're going to find out a secret. According to its position, you can judge in what manner. Great caution, however, is necessary in attempting a solution. So, what is this saying? Are you going to find out a secret or not? All right. What this is saying is that when the book is near, it's telling you that you're about to discover that there's something significant that you don't know. The point is that we just found out that there is a secret or something we don't know, and it relates to us somehow. Okay? This is a card that's very much dependent upon the other cards to explain what it's about. Now think about it for a minute. The card itself is saying, I have information, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. So we need those surrounding cards to give us the details. Just know this. When the book appears, there's something you don't know. Just start there. Now, why does the book come with a warning? Or why does the plot give us a warning? Well, in a GT, the cards closest to our card are the most significant. And if the book is in our comfort zone, then whatever the secret is in that book is important to us somehow. Now, why should we be cautious about opening the book? Is it because the information was withheld for bad reasons? Or, or good reasons? I mean, we really aren't meant to know everything, right? So how often have you heard someone say, I wish I hadn't found that out? With knowledge comes power, but also responsibility. And history is full of stories that warn against uncovering secrets, such as the story of King Oedipus and Adam and Eve. But what you need to know is that sometimes information is held from us or withheld for good reason. Or, people have good intentions for keeping things from us, such as protecting our feelings, right? And parents and loved ones do it all the time. So don't automatically assume that the book near is a bad thing. All right, now what do the method of distance guidelines have to say? Well, as I just said, the closer the book falls to your card, the more significant the missing information is, or the bigger the secret, whether that's good or bad. The cards hanging around the book will explain what the hidden information pertains to. So you always want to check, excuse me, and see if the book is touching a life area card, because that's the area of your life where the secret is. Or you want to check for the gang of adversaries. You don't want those cards around the book, because that would indicate that information is being purposefully withheld for, malevolent intent, right? Excuse me. As opposed to the book being near your card but falling with, like the bouquet, the dog, the garden. I mean, that would just tell you that your friend is lying to you or misleading you to plan a surprise party, something like that. Now, you also don't want this card near the love cluster, because personal relationships are no place for secrets. Now, when the book is far from your card in a GT, what that's telling you is that any secrets or unknowns are out of your comfort zone, and therefore whatever is hidden is probably not going to matter as much to you during the time period of the spread. Though that depends on the context of the reading. And you still, even the cards that are far from you, right? You still want to see what cards they are touching, right? You're always looking for the for life area cards and significant cards. All right, the core energy. I classify this card as neutral negative, because of the original instructions warning you against what to do with this information, and as the original game instructions too. Right? If you look at the original Game of Hope, right here, Game of Hope. Okay, this is a good one. Whoever reads in this grimoire, they call it a grimoire too. Whoever reads in this grimoire will by a hex therein be forcefully returned to the garden. I mean, that's pretty ominous, right? And, you know, any space you land on that sends you back is negative. Okay, so the book is not part of any clusters, but it is a life area card for education and students. Now, there is a directional cue associated with this card, though it's not one that I use. And it's related to the image of the card, and what it says is that if your card is on the spine side of the book, the secret will remain a secret, and if your card is on the opening side of the book, that the secret will be revealed to you. And I don't use that directional cue. I just use proximity and card order. So am I moving toward an unknown or away from an unknown? Okay, and that will make more sense when we get to the examples in a moment. All right, now when you're using the book descriptively, if the book shows up in a descriptive reading, it can refer to studying, school, courses, education, books, newspapers, magazines, the decks of cards we use to read with, large files, confidential information, information that's been organized and recorded. It can represent a complete history of something or one's life story. If it shows up in a reading to describe a person, it could describe them as being intelligent, well-read, well-educated, studious, a bookworm, an author, someone who's unknown to the seeker, someone who's deep, intelligent, philosophical, inquisitive, secretive, not easy to read, or mysterious. In health readings, it can refer to missing information or an unknown condition. It can represent medical files, health studies, medical research, or even like if it shows up with the stars, it could even indicate getting a card reading for health. All right, in a daily draw, in my dailies, it often relates to my books, my writing. It usually in a daily still just tells you there's something you don't know. And it may show up to tell you to do research, to read a book, or it could just show up to tell you that someone is hiding something from you. Okay, in advice readings, when it appears as advice, the other cards tell me if I should open the book or not. For example, if it shows up with the key following it, it tells me to find out the truth, right? But if it shows up with the lily following it, it tells me to make peace with not knowing something. If it has the mice or the birds after it, it's telling me not even to get involved, that there would be negative consequences if I opened that book. The dog might tell me I can trust what I don't know or what I'm about to find out. The tree could tell me to be patient and let the truth take root naturally. You get the idea. Now, those are ideas for advice readings. Or, like spiritual readings. Spiritual readings, it could just, relate to digging deeper and finding out more, or consulting the cards. Kind of, like the opposite of the lily, really, which just tells me to meditate, rather than seeking information. It just kind of tells me to let information come to me naturally. In spiritual readings, it often warns against making assumptions. I mean, what is an assumption but a belief we form when we don't have all the facts, right? And assumptions create drama and worry and bad feelings and often lead to gossip and rumor spreading and hearsay, and assumptions are bad. my general rule of thumb is if a lack of knowing something is hurting me in some way, I'll focus on finding out. But if I'm happy not knowing something, I'll leave it alone. All right, so we can compare the book to the clouds, because the clouds often shows up to tell us we aren't seeing things clearly, or it might show up to tell us somebody's like trying to hide something, you know, obscure information maybe. But the clouds refers more to ambiguity or confusion regarding an issue, whereas the book is something that's being kept secret or simply information we haven't accessed yet. Now the letter is information that's communicated or intended to be communicated, whereas the book is information that's confidential or intended to be kept confidential, right? Now, both the letter and book can refer to things that are written or contain words when used descriptively, but the letter will refer to documents, ads, flyers, receipts, signs, whereas the book would refer to large compilations of organized data or facts. Such as actual books or decks of cards or databases or file cabinets. Do file cabinets still exist? I mean, now that everything is on computers, does anyone even have file cabinets anymore? Oh my gosh, I'm dating myself. Okay, the lily represents wisdom, while the book represents knowledge. And wisdom can be defined as knowing what to do with knowledge, right? The rider is the arrival of information or news, while the book is about keeping news a secret. All right, let's look at these cards in front of us here. As you can see, most decks either show an open book or they'll show a closed book, and the spine on the left seems to be more common, but you can find decks with the spine on the right. Here, the Fairy Tale Fortune card verse says, the book contains a secret, other cards reveal its nature. And there it is. It's pointing out how important the other cards are with this card. The original verse card says, that a secret there might be, it is written within this book. Let us try to discover it by giving the cards a closer look. There again, it's telling you that you need the other cards to explain what's hidden in that book. So let's get out a few examples here. I'm just going to do some 3-card. I'm going to get my Unforgettable Lenormand Mini. This is one of the decks I use in my book. And let me just throw some cards down with it, see what we get. All right. So what if we had the ship and the moon? Here we go. Wow. Okay, so exploring the unknown leads to seeing things in a new light. Ooh, I like that. Okay, what if we had, we have no questions for these. We're just playing. We're just playing with our cards. Okay, here we got the side, the book, and the key. And the side is facing the book. Oh, this is a warning not to open that book, right? Because the key is about opening the book, but here the scythe is pointing at the book, saying, you better be careful opening that. Ooh, you know what? To me, this could say, it's important that I edit my manuscript before it's too late. All right, what if we had the clouds? And, oh, there's me. Okay, so here we have the clearing side of the clouds facing the book, and then my card, 29. So this would tell me that my confusion will end, because I've got the clearing side, my confusion will end when I find out the truth. Okay, now what if we reverse these two? What if we had the book, the clouds, and then my card, and now the clouds is touching me, and the dark side of the clouds is facing the book. So this would tell me I don't want to know what's in this book, because it's going to be quite troubling. All right, let's see, what else do we have here? How about the dog? And, oh, look at that, we got friend and enemy. We got friend, the book, and an enemy. Ooh. Okay, so this could say that, ooh, prying open the book can turn a friend into an enemy. Like sticking your nose where it doesn't belong can turn your friend into an enemy. Or All right, what if we asked a question? Let's play with these 3 cards a minute. What if we asked, is my friend telling me the truth? And these 3 cards showed up. Well, that's a no, right? Your friend has a secret, right? And it's not going anywhere. What if you ask something like, should I ask my friend? Should I ask my friend? This again is a no. What if you asked, should I continue doing something? Right? Nothing about a friend, right? What if you just asked, should I continue doing what I'm doing? Right? Well, the dog shows that you are faithfully following something, but the book says there's something you don't know, and that's going to bring you challenges. So this would say, no, don't keep doing what you're doing. Okay, let's look at a line of 5. Let's finish up with a line of 5. Okay, so what if we, and this is, I want to explain what I mean by card order, right? What if we had, what's left in this deck? Let's see, the birds, the man, oh, there's my husband. Okay, so what's this all about? Ooh. Okay, well, what if I asked, why is my husband acting funny? Right? Well, here we could say that he is nervous and restless, right? We have book, birds, man, bear, tower. Okay, so here we could say that he's nervous and restless about a secret. Now the bear is a warning to protect yourself against flaunting what you have, yes? So the bear then says that he wants to protect his secret. And where does he want to keep it? He wants to keep it in the tower, right? He wants to protect his boundaries and stay on top of this secret as long as he can. Right? Okay. Now, what if I were to replace those last 2 cards with... Ooh, this is good. This is good. Okay. Yeah, we got the decision card. We got the ways now and the sun. So now we have book, birds, man, ways, sun. So now he's starting with a secret that's driving him crazy, right? That's what he's starting with, but he decides to expose it. Okay, that's what that would say to me. Yeah, so, okay. What if I were to switch the location of the book, right? Yeah, because I started out with the book first. So what if it's man, now the book is in the middle, right? Let's go back to our original card. So right now the book is in the middle. So now we have, he's facing a lot of everyday little hardships. He's troubled about something he doesn't know, right? And he's, you know what, let's go back to these just because I want to keep this as simple as possible. Yeah, okay, so here. So now he's troubled about something he doesn't know, and he's going to decide to find out, he's determined to find a way to find out what he doesn't know, right? Something like that. But here, if we put the book at the end, right? Let's go back to the original one where he had a secret and that kind of thing, right? He was determined to protect that secret, right? Well, okay, now he's the first card and the book is the last card, right? So now rather than, I can't even remember what it was first. I don't think that was it. But here, we were starting with a secret and we were moving to, oh, I know what it was. It was this, right? So here he's starting with a secret and he wants to protect his secret, right? He wants to keep it a secret, right? Here he's heading towards something unknown. The book at the end of the line tells you that something is going to remain unknown. That was my point in card order, okay? So here he's moving toward an unknown. The book at the end here is saying that something will remain hidden, okay? as opposed to the book at the beginning and the sun at the end is saying that you're starting with an unknown, but it will be revealed or exposed or whatever, okay? All right, that's it for the book. I hope that was clear. As always, leave your questions and comments in the or underneath, the video. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye everybody.